What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. We just got back from Myrtle Beach Truck Week. I will say, well, I'll get into more details on the show in a second, but we drove all the way down there on the new Versa tire, 39 1550s on a 26-inch wheel. I will say, very, very comfortable ride. I know a lot of you said, oh, these things are loud. They're a mud tire. Don't expect them to be dead quiet like a stock street tire. It's just not gonna happen. But for what they are and how aggressive they actually are, they are very, very quiet. I probably put over 1,000 miles on these tires soon as I mounted them, and like I said, I've got no complaints. We had a CCV filter blow out on us on this truck. I wouldn't say blown out, but standard filter change on one of these trucks is like 67,000 and a half miles or something, when you're supposed to service these 70,000 miles here and there. But take a look at this thing. This thing was it's soaked. You can see the oil puddled up on it. All of those are just filled in there. This thing's got no blow by, but there's got to be a lot of crankcase pressure in that thing, obviously, with this thing filling up like that. So we're gonna look more into that, see what's actually going on there. I know with the compounds on this truck, definitely, a lot more oil, pressure and stuff running through the system. But yeah, so about 35,000 miles that thing just went. Perform service came up on my dash, drove all the way down there. Truck was actually driving quite poorly. The first, second, third shifts were really bad. There was not any acceleration like it should. On the highway there wasn't either. Or swap the filter out, drove completely different, so much better. So if you got some, like I said, if you got about 70,000 miles on your truck, even 30, like I said, that filter was about 70 bucks. But in the process, like I said, it's a simple fix. Just the top of your valve cover comes off, nothing else, pops out, pops a new one in, put the bolts back in, you're good to go. Super easy fix. But like I said, there's the number one symptom of it is poor vehicle performance on the low end, a little bit on the high end, probably with this gearing and the turbos. But yeah, check that out, guys, because we had that happen on the way down. Like I said, still drives good, but about 80 on the highway. If I like punch it to go, the perform service will flash again. So I'm actually going to re-flash this entire truck. Other than that, I will say this thing needs re-geared bad. Like I said, I literally just drove it about 11 hours down, 11 hours back, and probably 11 hours total of driving down there in those 5 days. So we just did about 33 hours of driving on this thing just in about 5 days. One, I'm tired of it. It's a lot to drive for that much in a short period of time, not gonna lie. So we're gonna take the Jeep today. Those temp tags expired probably about 2 months ago, so we gotta go get plates for this thing, plates for the pink truck. Yeah, like I said, it's a lot to drive, and not say I'm sick of it. I want to redo it. I want to change it up, do something different. Hopefully when I re-gear it, it's going to be completely different. The rattle, obviously G56 rattle, 5th gear just screams, and screams even louder since I put the 40s on, well, 39s now. But hopefully when I re-gear it, that dual disc clutch rattle and I guess 5th gear rattle will come, toned down once I re-gear this thing. But when I do that, also this ball joint on the top side of this finally showing signs of needs replaced. But to do that, you got to pull the axle shafts, and if you're pulling the axle shafts to do the ball joints on these things, I might as well just pull it, re-gear it, powder coat the axle. So a couple color combos, I guess, if I re-powder coat this lift, I can go with to kind of change things up, spice it up, which I might kind of do. I do like the purple and silver going on, so I may have to keep that to a point, but I may add another color to really kind of bring this thing together. So that'll be a this winter project. Same thing with the first gens. I know you guys want me to start on those, but trust me, we'll get there. The pink truck's been a lot trying to finish it up. We got a little bit to go on that thing in the near future, but pink truck first gens, redoing this thing, like I said, it'll all get done. Don't you worry, but this will all get done here soon, especially it getting cold. Yeah, it's about time for it's about time to put this thing away, because I'm not doing the whole winter thing with this again. Obviously, you guys can see powder's in decent shape, but all the joints really where the salt likes to get in and sit, that's where it's all screwed up. So yeah, no more winter with this thing, especially when I redo it. So all right, guys, we went to South Carolina, came all the way back. Obviously this truck went, Zach's truck went, Ethan, who is not here, his truck went. We took a lot of things down there. Daytona next year is going to be crazy. I could tell you that. We're going to have a lot of stuff down there. So if you're not planning on going to Daytona next year, you should put that on their plan now, because as I said, we're going to bring a lot. And my plan is honestly that first gen. I know a lot of you wanted me to do that and have that done by, we were gonna start that, but because of the pink truck holding us up, this, that, and the other, the first gen should definitely be done for Daytona next year. So I know a lot of you are asking, but that will be done for Daytona. Obviously, you know, dually conversion, the whole 9, and then our clean cab is right there. But that'll be done. This should be there, but we're actually, this winter, we're gonna do a whole bunch more to it. This truck probably will not look like that. Zach can never keep up his mind. The thing always changes. Real quick thing on the show before I go inside, show you where the pink truck's at. It just seemed, one, it was off season down there in Myrtle Beach. The show was a 2-day show, but it wasn't really a 2-day show. It was like a 1-day show, because Friday was at night, and at night at, you know, 5 o'clock in the winter here, it's dark. I mean, show opened at 5, we got there at 6, walked around for about 2 hours, saw everything, anything in the parking lot general admission wise, where we actually parked just because we wanted to enjoy a show for once. Like right now, I'm freezing outside. It's like 40 something, 39, 38, 41 degrees. It's freezing to be walking around a show like that. Don't even hate on this, because that's not it. My legs aren't cold. It's the fingers, the face, the hands. So it's not really enjoyable to walk around in that, you know, kind of weather and just see a show. That, and then it turns into like a 1-day show. Really, there's nothing really to do in Myrtle Beach off season. There's no real bars and clubs and anything that's hopping. There's no, you know, restaurants that are hopping. There's no like events that go along with the show. So I don't know, just to me it didn't seem, it was a good time, but I just don't think it's really worth it to attend if you felt like you missed out, because I personally don't think you did. I think I would rather have stayed here and busted out the rest of this pink truck and got that taken care of, you know, instead. That's kind of where my mind's at. I just didn't think the show was really worth it. There wasn't much to do, and it wasn't really much of a show, and it was very cold and off season, so just a lot of it seemed out of place. All right, so just in the last video's thumbnail, you saw the bed on, but here it is in its entirety. Yes, it looks good. Yes, it's really long. This thing is really long. You almost can't even fit in the frame. But yeah, no, that thing looks really freaking good all put together. Obviously, we got the bumper here, the front bumper over there, tailgate's over there on a stand. It's on, everything matches, and on top of that, as you guys know, well, see, that's what's crazy is this paint shifts so much. I mean, obviously, look at that, that matches, but up here, like I said, it looks almost red, and you pull it back, in direct light, it's pink. Over, you know, come out a little bit, it looks red, magenta-y. And then over here, we gotta get this mounted this week. That needs headlight bulbs. This one we've resealed. Fender needs reattached. I'm not, there's all the audio going on in here. I guess I'll show you that real quick. Oh guys, these lariat seats cleaned up incredibly. If you saw that in the last video, I gotta get some leather conditioner on here. What I can do is actually recover these with the leather kit now if I wanted to. Do I? I don't think so, because I kind of, I don't know, I kind of just really, I kind of like this tan lariat leather, especially in here. We're gonna get the wheel swapped, double din going in there, because I hate single din, so that's gonna get all fixed up for you. But then again, the back seat here, we're running all the audio and stuff back here, so we're gonna be putting this back together and getting this all sound shortly. But like I said, we were just on such a crunch for Myrtle Beach that we just decided to give this one up for the time being. But like I said, when the paint's clean, guys, like right here, oh, looks so good. There's the rest of the mirror stuff. Like I said, we're making something work that doesn't technically work. So that's why none of this has been reassembled or any of that, and this mirror's been whole this whole time. So definitely the win on those mirrors. I know somebody said color match them. The reason why I didn't, like I said, there's a little bit of black like this emblem here, and it pulls it all together. And plus these mirrors, stupid difficult to end up color matching, because there's a lot of texture, there's a lot of pieces. You're not going to get a true color match unless you put a lot of time into it, because all this needs to come apart just like the other one. It's going to need sanded, lots of filler primer, and then get it done. So that's one reason I'm not doing it. But two, like I said, using the wild colors, you can't just do what you normally do and it'll look good. Like this, doing this onto this, too much pink, way too much pink. So I still think I'm actually gonna go through and delete these gauges. I'm gonna order a single gauge pod to hold the DP tuner. I don't think I want all three. I wanna clean it up a little bit. It's just a lot, and on this truck, more so, it's not doing enough for me to monitor everything all the time. So I think I'm actually gonna get rid of those gauges, keep the single DP tuner one in there, and you know, just do that for the time being. So there's a perfect representation. You can see there's a little peel on this. Like I said, I sprayed this thinking we gotta go. So, you know, I sprayed it, you know, pretty quick. And then I was gonna come through, wet sand, buff it out real quick, and do that. But like I said, we still gotta do that. You can see that there. This fender still needs aligned, all that. But yeah, you can see the direct difference here. This has been wet sanded and flow coated, and then this has just been cleared. So this has buffing that still needs done, just because what I did on this one was actually I sanded it flat and then re-cleared it, so then it's perfectly flat. But this I'm gonna make it perfectly flat by the wet sand and buff process. So we need to do that, but there's a perfect representation of what actually needs done. It's the best thing. No one will ever show you this on YouTube, show you what's wrong with it first. But yeah, that's how peely it is now. This isn't even completely done. This needs a whole wet sand and polish, and then this just needs you know, a wet sand and polish too. Then we actually mocked up the stack in here. It looks really good. Obviously this whole thing needs sanded and polished too. But this truck with the wicked wheel and everything done inside, or I mean in the turbo and under the motor, this thing sounds crazy just off of, you know, the you know, the turbo. There's not even a downpipe on it. So coming all the way back, this thing's gonna sound nuts coming out of there. But like I said, this is going to be a process to actually sand and polish out. So that's something we got to get done too, is finish doing the rest of this exhaust, get that all mounted up. And then now that this is here, what I'm probably going to do is, a bed liner will probably be last on this, honestly, because on the yellow truck I did the whole bed liner, all that, then we ended up drilling through it to get the stack mounted. But we'll probably mount the stack, pull the stack out, shoot the bed liner, so around the entire hole is covered, not so much put a nice bed liner on it, then chop it up and put a stack in it. So we'll have a bed liner through and around the stack holes. So that's what I'm going to do on that. A little bit, you know, that's going to be a big process, because polishing metal is not easy, and that's a lot to do. So we got to do that. This whole side needs wet sanded too. Same thing with the bed. I'll give you a representation of the peel on the bed in the light here. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, but I see there's a peel there. It's a little flatter here, like, because I said this is flow coated, but this all needs wet sanded and polished. So does this, and then it'll look cherry. I put all the LED bulbs in that headlight late the other night, and let me tell you, they're stupid bright, and it's actually super cool because it's running. It's obviously the white headlight, the running light is white, and then I've got it into a switchback turn. Our profile LED strips will obviously be a white running light as well, and those switch back too. Just a couple wires that tap back here. That won't be an issue. And then this now is a white running light as well. So the whole headlight's gonna be white. I wanna figure out what we could do down here, because as you can see coming down here, it is quite open in this bumper with no factory fogs. And I don't know if I want to add the fogs. I'm going to see what it takes to add them. But if we can and get the brackets and all that, I may throw them in here too and just wire them up to, you know, headlight switch or whatever. All right, guys. Well, last things, I guess last year, we got all three of the builds back in the driveway. If you didn't hear the news, the unfortunate news, they are not making Hellcats after 2023. I was going to offload that and, you know, get rid of it, get something else. However, the issue with that is that is no longer a thing, and I don't want to get a new one because they don't have them in that color, and they probably won't ever again. So I think I got to hold on to this Hellcat, guys, and then now that I can hold on to this and I know I'm keeping it, I'll do everything in the rear between the, you know, rear control arm, sway bar end links, diff brace, the whole nine. Do all that, do an actual exhaust system on it, not just a muffler delete. Do the whole thing to it, and maybe even get more rowdy under the hood at some point. But I think I have to keep this unit. They're not making them anymore, and the fact that I have one, I think I need to keep it. Jeep's gonna be starting very soon. We're working out the wheels right now as we speak. I think you're gonna like that setup going on. Like I said, 4-inch lift, the 36 1450s. It's gonna have some stance. It's gonna be all color matched. We should be getting to this soon as well too, getting this into the booth and getting this painted gecko green. Same thing with the fenders. We're gonna use the Sahara flares and all of that. So this will be soon, and then also the LED tail lights. We're gonna have those come in, and everything will be. This whole Jeep is not gonna look lame anymore. And I think a lot of you will be interested in this build if you're on the truck side of things. I promise you that, because oh, it's gonna look good. 0% tint looks nasty on that thing. Honestly, love it. Love all of this, and I can't wait to get digging on that, because Jeeps are just really fun. I just want to take a second here. Obviously this is you know, live on Thanksgiving. I just want to say thank you all for your support, prior, continual, and in the future. I want to thank you all for that. Honestly, I love what I do, and I inspire a lot of you, and that's why I do this. I really, to me, there's been so many times where I've like thought to myself, this is so much, trying to constantly do what I do and bring myself up every day to present content and tutorials and DIY and this, that, and the other to you guys, and build crazy things to help you guys out as well. Just learning, because like I said, I'm all DIY. I do everything myself. All of this I do myself. I do all of this to show you don't gotta have a lot of money to take somewhere, pay people thousands and thousands of dollars in labor costs, when you could spend that money on tools and do your projects forever. So that's why I do this. And when I see you guys on the other side of this camera in the comment section, loving it, raving it, tags on Instagram, meeting you at shows saying this truck would not be where it's at, or this project would not be where it's at if it wasn't for you. Those are what keep me going. That's what keeps me doing this. And I just want to say thank you all for your support, because at the end of the day, I'm here to show you guys that this is all possible. Literally by just doing it, you know. So I want to thank you all for the support, the continued support, and into the future. We got a lot of exciting things coming. Stay tuned for those, because I promise you, if you thought this stuff was crazy, it's only going to get more crazier. Hoodies, I'll have to hit on that in the next video. We're going to start doing it again. It's been a mess. I've had to fix a lot of things, and I just want to get it right this time around and make it more fluid, so you guys get your stuff in a timely, efficient manner, not weeks, not months, not with things back ordered, not with things in orders lost, and this, that, and the other. So I want to make sure everything's efficient before it goes live again, and we'll be able to do this stuff correctly and better this time. So thank you all for your support. If you enjoyed this video, shoot a thumbs up. If you haven't been here before, please get down there, click subscribe, drop me a comment while you're down there. Take care and get ready for this upcoming week of content, because it's about to get nuts. I promise you guys that. Take care, and I'll see you guys soon.